is one of his struggles.
I don't remember actually what time he got in the last race, even though I did commentate it. I know he made a few mistakes and got really bad luck, but... And the race is starting now, so that's good. Thing.
That never happens. It's amazing, and we have 2 commentators, and everything's perfect.
2 commentators is pretty rare this tournament. Usually every race is just Boston Brew.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job. He's killing it. I guess we didn't really introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Skazi.
And I'm Death Johnson. The only remaining Johnson in the tournament.
The last Johnson. So yeah, we've got a pretty standard Area 1 here. You guys know the drill by now. This tourney's been going on for a while. Suck up the ghosts. That's how this game goes.
You can try to do it fast, and a lot of runners do. It doesn't always work that way, though.
We've got these feeds nice and synced up now, thanks to SpeedGaming for that.
I looked away when the sync happened, but when I looked back, it was like magic.
It's actually amazing the way that works. Like, it used to be so hard to get feeds synced.
Sure. Remember in the first tournament, I don't think we even tried.
Oh yeah, no, we used to have the most awful setup.
Like we had
Speaking
no
of
idea.
awful setups, poor mikurom missing that double.
We used to have no idea what time the runners were even finishing runs at.
So yeah, we've
With the early lead.
Yeah, quite a lead already. Mikurom certainly making some mistakes here, but oh, never mind. Both of the runners making some mistakes here. Rough Area 1s for sure.
They both get there eventually. Yeah, for the first wardrobe ghosts, you want to get one of them first because only the one affects the cycle of the next ghost spawning. I think it might be like one of the only spots, if not the only spot in the game, where you just want to catch one ghost when there are 2 of them there.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Let's see, mikurom getting top left Neville. Radioactive Fog getting like middle bottom Neville.
It was creative there. I don't know many people who go for that. Yeah, I think it's a lot harder to do Neville when you're not in a corner, but he seemed to do it pretty well.
Most ghosts are probably like that.
I can think of a few that aren't. The twins, I think, sort of corners mess with them.
I think I've found the twins generally work either way, but I don't remember actually the last time I've gone to a corner with them, now that I think about it. Okay, so it's like more than 5 seconds separating them right now. Probably more like 9 seconds, which is objectively more than 5.
That is true.
So we'll see if Radioactive Fog can get back into this race. Like, mikurom definitely has the advantage in raw skill, and if he plays well, he could have a huge lead by the end of Area 2.
Yeah, there's not really too much holding him back right now, just because he's a little bit off his game for sure. Starting off Area 1, I think that it's very hard to do properly in tournaments because most runners are used to resetting quite a bit on it.
Yeah. You just have to not reset, and then you're pretty much as good as you can hope for in a tournament.
Resetting does tend to be a problem if you're doing a tournament match.
Slows you down a little bit, depends on who your opponent is, if you can get back in it. So both of them in the first area boss, which you want to get in 2 cycles, and you want to have him at least over half health.
Yeah,
on the
mikurom
second
actually
cycle.
accidentally getting hit by the rocking horse. You want to do that on the second cycle. I wonder if he got confused about which cycle he was on.
Could be. Yeah, both of them leaving him with well over 50 health. Although if you do get him below 50 health, it only loses like 2 seconds.
The backup's a bit harder, so I think most people usually lose like 4.
I haven't seen it happen to too many runners recently, although I think it did happen in a recent tournament race. I don't think they had a problem with it though. Or when, but it probably happened.
We could just say that it did and no one will call us liars, even if we are.
It's true.
So both runners finishing up Area 1 now. Heading into the Ghost Portrificationizer cutscene.
It's true. That is the name. Name of the machine that portrificationizes the ghosts.
It's an important process. It's gotta happen.
Deportrificationize non-ghosts, but that's not reflected in the name.
They should have accounted for that. Honestly, it's just sloppy design.
Everything needs to have as long and technical of a name as possible. Idea to switch the audio to who's ahead, but...
Oh, do you want me to control that?
Nah, I got it.
Okay.
Just didn't think about it until, like, in the cutscene the audio seemed off.
Right. We're professional commentators. I totally prepared for this race.
Yeah, I've commentated stuff before. I just don't usually have to control anything.
So mikurom is walking and like opening a door and stuff.
Radioactive Fog will try to do the same. Let's see if he does it. Bubble and Radioactive Fog is going to the right door.
Good on him, honestly.
Wrong room in that situation before. I've also missed the double before, but neither runners have that problem. Nationals.
They've been around the block. They've seen this game a few times. mikurom actually not going for the scare skip on the Shy Guys. That's interesting.
Cool. Aside from that, it seems to be going well enough.
Yeah, they weren't slow doubles. However, he did lose quite a bit of time. I wonder if he normally goes for it like that.
Most likely, but I haven't actually seen a run of his in a while, but he does not get early release.
This could definitely be a chance for Radioactive to make up some time.
We'll see if he chooses to get early release.
Good choice.
Yeah,
Great decision.
he saved a bunch of time there. Fortunate that only one runner chose to do that. With mikurom having trouble with the door.
That door is
There.
tricky. It's sort of like indented into the wall a little bit. I don't know why it's like that. It's one of the only doors that is like that.
This runner's going for the poster through the wall. Because it's faster.
You put a lot of emphasis on that accurate name you said there. I wonder if there was a reason for that, huh?
I wish I had one, but it just sort of happened that way.
Wait, were you not making a joke about how it's not a skip?
No.
Wow.
I wasn't consciously thinking about it.
Fair enough. I mean, people do bring that up every now and then, and it's very true. We do call it poster skip. It's not a skip.
Yeah, you're skipping seeing the poster, but you still get the poster. I'm still with the lead by a few seconds, but with Booze coming up, anything can change. Even what game they're playing.
There is nothing stopping them from switching to a different game right now. Imagine the power that they have.
If both runners changed to Pikmin, the race would have to continue like that.
I suppose so.
Stop them. The runners are probably opting to go back into Luigi's mansion, though.
Yes, both of them choosing the hidden mansion as well. You know, they could go into normal mansion.
Yeah, it wouldn't really lose too much time here if they did, but it would still be slower for no reason.
This is one of the best segments in the game to choose to go into normal mansion if you're going to do so.
Yeah, you'd only be in, like, normal mansion and have slower suck-ups for, like, the mirror room, I think.
Yeah, those are the only ghosts in this segment.
You actually get the save warp out of it. If you don't, then there's a bigger problem. Did not pay any attention because I'm bad at monthly tasking, but I'm pretty sure Radioactive Fog got tech skip and Mikurom didn't.
I couldn't tell you. I forgot there was even a race going on.
Just because Radioactive Fog is now ahead, and I can't really see what else would have caused it. Must have just been faster.
I would assume so.
Regardless of the reason. Important.
Going faster tends to make you take less time.
True, generally. So I gotta really focus on this race because I'm not seeing anything that's going on right now. Okay, Radioactive Fog going to the door. To the door.
Mikurom walking a different direction around the chest.
Does play-by-play on everything to make sure you're paying attention. Otherwise,
there is a light fixture in this room.
You can just talk about anything. Nobody will know the difference. This stream and not even watch the race at all and just commentate.
We've got EGAD text going on for both runners. We're very close right now.
It's like maybe a second or two. Mikurom opting to turn in the hallway while Radioactive Fog just flashes the flashlight on and off. They're both valid.
I respect both runners equally for their decisions on movement.
As long as they don't get scared, the way they move is valid enough.
What about that scare? That one you can't avoid. How about that death
Well,
Johnson?
then it must be invalid. His run is now invalid. Both of them.
Ban them all. Ban everyone in the tournament.
It's the fastest way to do things, and as speedrunners, that's what we should strive to do. So in the mirror room, you got the invisible ghosts, but you can catch them anyway because there's a mirror that shows where they are, and we also know where they are. Assuming we've played this game before, which most of us have. Tournament have played the game before.
There have been people who have entered tournaments previously that had not played the game before.
True enough. Both runners getting pretty good luck in mirror room and getting the fire warp well enough. But yeah. Somebody did enter
very
the
close
tournament
race here.
not having played the game before. They probably would have been out by now.
I don't think anyone did this time, but Pear Strike has done that before.
True. Yeah,
I believe he got like a 4-hour time.
This is dead even right now. No 4-hour times here. Even if you believe in commentator's curse, I'm probably not gonna have caused it to go that bad.
I'd be amazed if you could.
It's like they'd have to die on King Boo. If they didn't save, they'd have to die on King Boo like 4 times. And if they did save, it would have to be like way more than that. Like every room of the game.
See, what they could do is do the breaker route and then die on King Boo to maximize their time loss. Because then you don't get the Van Gore save and quit.
That would be optimal. Not at all. But yeah, that's the way. We've got that hat spinning on the floor. It's not very sanitary, but they'll pick it up eventually.
And it just came out of the wash, too.
Yeah. Mikurom gets it in the corner and has to run a long way to get to the chest, but hopefully, well, this will probably just work out.
Fog actually doesn't open the chest, so he's gonna have to watch that animation later. I don't know why he didn't, because he had plenty of time on the cycle.
Yeah, maybe he's just not confident for whatever reason. And the butler room, to me, is like one of the most weighted rooms for Boo RNG there is. It feels like that Boo is in that cabinet like over 90% of the time.
I would say that it's like 80%, yeah. It's very often that he's in that top cabinet.
He's in there so often that even if you can tell there's something on the right side, I don't even check it. I just run straight to that spot every time.
I will sometimes knock on the sewing machine if I'm on bad pace. Just like hoping that he's in there. But yeah, no, I usually don't.
A little bit of maybe around on the quadruple, but both players get it. Good Boo find by one of them.
Yeah, a little bit of a struggle reading the radar there. The radar in this room is pretty complicated.
And the spots the Boo can hide in are pretty arbitrary as well.
It has to do with which chests the ghosts actually are in. That's what decides it.
Yeah, and then there are some chests that are exceptions to the rule as well. Don't remember which they are, but I know it's not directly tied 1-to-1.
The one on the right, yeah.
Yeah, there's that one. There's no ghosts in it, but the Boo can hide in it. Observatory, where
I used to know the answer to why it was like that, and I can't remember it. Anyway, great commentary here from
all
me.
the instruments, and then talk to which has a ghost attached to it.
The songs are the same speed, by the way. Both of these songs are the same speed. You just have to know which one you get. Don't let anyone tell you that these songs are different speeds. Let me repeat myself. They're the same speed. This has been my PSA.
Mikurom burning the last sheet and Mario 3, so their same speed is even more same. Same.
Why are you repeating yourself?
Yeah, that's a good point. In the blackout, the hidden room has a speedy spirit in that right chest. Maybe that's why.
Oh, that's interesting. I'd never thought about that. Yeah, maybe.
Mikurom, so far not off to the commanding lead he could be, so this race is definitely not over.
Yeah, he has made up the time that he lost, though. He was behind for quite a while.
It's about, like, I don't know, 10 seconds now. What the actual time is, but that would take several seconds.
We don't have time for that.
Okay, well, it's more like 9 seconds, I think, but the important thing is the estimate's not based on anything, and they'll be close enough most of the time. Boo being under the tablecloth for Mikurom, but at least it doesn't switch like it often does when he's there. Mushroom,
Yeah,
but
it's actually based on, like, Blue Hits is able to tell when that Boo is going to switch based on how fast he does the water segment.
yeah, that would be a useful thing to have memorized.
For most runners, I would say that that segment isn't, like, consistent enough that they would be able to even keep track of it.
Yeah, it would probably be a lot of things to memorize if you're getting very inconsistent times. Neither running water in the plant. We'll see if that pays off for them. Or for this area. Graveyard needs a lot of water.
In general, I would say these Area 2s have been pretty well executed from both runners. Definitely picked up the pace from their sloppy Area 1s.
Thing to comment on here is you can see from the timer cropping that whoever cropped the timers is expecting radioactive fog to get a sub 1, but not expecting one from Mikurom. Prediction, but it could work.
Honestly, this is the most biased thing I've ever seen.
Fog does not sub 1 in this run. He will be letting everybody down. No pressure.
Quite a bit of stuttering from Mikurom, but he still nails the 1 cycle.
It was quite a guided tour of the boss arena.
Fog actually missing it, though.
See if he can find Bogmire. Oh, he's way over on the right now. That's
Ooh.
that's definitely a big time loss. Maybe Mikurom will get off to a commanding lead after Area 2 after all. Seems to be
It's very hard to snipe Bogmire from far away with these shadows.
Quite a deficit to be off to. I will not even venture a guess as to how much it is anymore, because that's how much it is.
I'm gonna count.
Luck. I can't count that high. Or do math.
Don't do meth, kids.
That too.
Sorry, I just had to make fun of your Canadian accent.
Okay, so Mikurom's cutscene will end soon. And he'll be playing a game again.
20 plus 15. 35 seconds. There's
Alright.
35 seconds between them.
If I would have ventured a random guess, I would have said 40, so they're generally not that far off, but 5 seconds is a lot in some contexts.
Five seconds is more than 4 seconds.
Is it objectively?
I believe so. I'd have to ask an expert on that one.
Water to go into the well, as everybody does, because it's the best place to get water. And you need water. Radioactive fog going in the wrong door. Dead now. In this cutscene, you see some guy in a painting.
Wonder who that is.
I feel like he looks familiar. I think we've seen that hat somewhere.
It's pretty dirty, too.
Yeah, it's the one he's wearing clean. I wasn't paying attention. But I was paying attention to that stumble skip on Mikurom's side, so...
Beautifully
Good run.
executed.
That hat looks kinda clean, just a little pixely.
That was a very fast suck up from Fog on that ghost.
I'll see if mikurom gets this water shot within like 8 tries. Okay, 1. That's what you generally expect. Just had to make it seem.
These runners are amazing at this game. Look, they're like going fast. I don't know how they do
How
it.
do you even catch a ghost when you're on the ceiling? Stand
I don't
on
know.
ceilings.
I don't know. I think it has something to do with like looking at them and then pressing R.
mikurom looking for the boo before the medal, which not a lot of runners do.
It's definitely
Alright, so
personal preference on that. There's a
didn't
few
make a
people that
difference.
go for that.
Do it usually only if the boo's in the ice bucket, though, which he might have moved to, but he would have had to be there before. Yeah, he moved to the ice bucket. If he was there in the first place, he probably would have got the boo before the medal.
Yeah, so Tea Room is another one of those rooms where you can always predict that the switch is going to happen. So
Yeah.
runners have a sort of interesting way of going about that.
It's like at least most runners, I'd say, in this category should be consistent enough with their movement that a switch will happen consistently.
Yeah, you have to really mess up for it not to happen like right after the text.
Alright, radioactive fog looking for the boo while mikurom is for a chest that had a key in it, and now it doesn't. There's gonna be a lot of empty chests lying around the mansion by the end of the run.
Shoutouts to all
What's
the
up?
empty chests, you know, they never get enough love. They're still useful. They're worth something.
True. Catching Nana in the middle of the room and checking the right side first. And the boo is not in there. This is one of those rooms where it feels like whichever decision you make, it's the wrong one.
Yeah, definitely. It's such a large room that you get punished just like half the time. It doesn't matter what strat you go for.
We'll see if radioactive fog gets a better boo find. As soon as he stops getting shot with eye lasers. Something's in the left side. Of course,
Wasn't
it
the boo.
isn't the boo because it never just works.
Good save from mikurom there on that double. He didn't spawn the ghost properly, but he made it work.
Yeah, it's always the first wave that's the hardest one, because if you mess up the movement on lighting the candles, one of them will often not spawn. Does not go for the triple, but that triple doesn't save all that much time anyway, unless you do it really well.
Very good read on the radar, although that RNG
Yeah.
wasn't great.
Radioactive fog spawning the ghost on the first wave as the boo almost gets away from mikurom, but it doesn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, radioactive fog missing that double.
Didn't want to do that. I don't know for sure. We'll have to ask him in the interview.
I would hazard a guess that since he lost so much time, it wasn't what he was trying to do.
It seems likely. He also does not go for the triple. mikurom, I think, had the angle when he caught it, but then he adjusted afterwards and eventually made his way to a pretty similar angle. Moonshot.
Oh, auto lock,
Radioactive
taking the vacuum away from the boo on radioactive fog there.
It does return to the right room, at least.
Yeah, that can lose you like half a minute real quick if you don't get that boo back into that room.
You rarely ever see anti-room, like, in Area 3, but sometimes it has to happen. Even rarer than seeing mirror room in Area 3, which we've seen a lot of times in this tournament, just because the fire save warp can be difficult.
Yeah, that's another one of those, like, strats that can go wrong in a race, even though it doesn't often go wrong in attempts.
Radioactive fog with the dead center moonshot. That's not actually any faster, but it's cool.
We all about the swag up in this.
Guess it's objectively faster than missing moonshot, but it's not faster than other ways of hitting it. Room which has ghosts in it that are invisible, which you can sort of see shadows of, but just remember where they are. It's not that hard. You can sort of see where they spawn anyway.
Yeah, the dust that comes off of them is more useful than the shadows, honestly.
Yeah, so if you don't see them when they spawn, you can run into trouble, but luckily it's a while. mikurom getting caught on the chest, trying to leave the room. Chest that contains some kind of spare glove for some reason.
Oh, both streams freezing up at the same time.
This is intense action.
Next slide, please.
And almost guess that he's in projection room right now. Okay, I think he is. Radioactive fog. mikurom is in a different room.
Ooh, actually missing the mobile strat, so that is pretty costly. That lost a lot more time than it looked like.
Yeah, you can see in the races that are like even going into that room just how much time that costs.
It's one of those things that I never noticed it for the longest time, that just that little mistake is about 10 seconds. I would say there, he probably lost maybe 8. It might not have been quite 10, but yeah, just a little mistake there that is really costly. Oh, getting hit by the twin too.
Right, Strat. You want to not do that. He gets hit again by the other twin.
These guys are bullies.
Speedy Spirit, which is doing things. You want to spawn that Speedy Spirit because it doesn't help you in any way.
It helps you with moral support.
It's true. I tend to need it.
We're here for you, Death.
It's good to know.
Alright, we'll see if Radioactive Fog can have a better twins suck up here. Or better twins suck ups. There's 2 of them.
Better so far. And the Speedy Spirit at all, so he might be pretty demoralized.
I hope he can pull through. I think that really clean twin suck up is gonna help him.
See if he can get to the boo. Into a different boo. The tech skip. Only problems with the mirror?
Yeah, when you miss the mirror once, it's actually very hard to aim at it the second time because there's a little bit of delay on when you can move the camera after you scan. You can just get stuck in that loop of scanning the same spot over and over.
Eventually you notice what's going on, but sometimes it takes like 6 tries if you're not paying any attention at all. Want to be paying at least some attention.
Paying attention does help in speedruns.
Right, both getting tech skips, so no Van Gogh text in the master bedroom this race.
Yeah, that of course is really bad because that room is very laggy, so when you get the long text, it can lose several extra seconds.
Speaking of text, now we've got the unskippable text.
Yes.
And a lot of it.
It's just over a minute of pressing A and B back and forth for Clairvoya.
Only there was a text skip for this.
Well, you'd need 5 of them.
The way the game works, I can't see any way it would even be theoretically possible.
Yeah, no, I've spent a little bit of time trying to glitch hunt this room and never come up with any concepts, honestly.
At least both runners are playing Japanese, so they won't be here quite forever.
Yeah, this is where the bulk of the time save from the Japanese version comes from. I think it's like 17 seconds or something.
I think mikurom was about done, but now I can't tell anymore.
Whoa.
Okay. I don't know how it would have happened. You just like pressed A and B a lot to get through the text.
So now he's gonna head up to Safari Room. He's got to grab ice on his way there. If he doesn't grab ice, he loses a lot of time. That's a mistake that's easy to make in races sometimes.
It's just what radioactive fog would need.
But
But
alas.
it's not happening. Reality is unforgiving. Having no problems with the stairs. It's respectable.
He actually misses that element cancel. That's a somewhat easy mistake to make.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the hardest of them in the run to get from what I've experienced. At least he didn't get the thing where he drains 5 health before he can get the ghost. We see radioactive fog in the safari room.
And mikurom almost done with Safari Room, not that we got to see much of it.
I was hoping radioactive fog would catch up while it was frozen. Just not quite long enough.
Oh, missing the double there. He doesn't get the RNG backup either.
He tried, but he wound up just not.
Oh, there you
If
go.
he gets that one, I guess it's something.
Yeah. That honestly wasn't much slower than getting both of the singles on those ghosts, so I guess it was worth trying to go for the double the first time.
Now we see mikurom trying to get through this cutscene, which generally takes. But
One of the
important thing is
easier part of the runs.
after the cutscene, there's a boss, and the boss you have to do stuff on at least to get. Ice
Yeah,
on the
something
left
like
side.
backing up and shooting ice.
If the ice on the right side spawns out of bounds, which it can do, but a tournament. Or at least if it has happened, it hasn't been costly. well into bounds here. So he should have no problems, but we'll see if he does, because things can still go wrong, because there are other things to do besides pick up ice.
He does have a little bit of trouble getting the ice ball, it seemed like, but he's gonna back this up real clean. Or, ooh, maybe not.
Or,
I had too much trust in you, mikurom.
Thinking he would at least get one of those, and it would come down to whether one of them was hidden on the right side, but he just missed it.
This is definitely giving Radioactive Fog a chance to catch up here. Although, obviously,
Yeah.
mikurom still has quite a lead.
See if he can get the quick one cycle at least. Looks good. He just gets the other ghost. Oh,
Yeah, he sort of made a few mistakes on that last ghost, but much cleaner than mikurom's.
Still somewhere like a 30-second difference. So Area 4 will have to go pretty wrong for mikurom, but it's one of the areas that can go pretty wrong pretty easily, so we'll see if it happens.
Yeah, Area 4 is probably the most punishing area in terms of mistakes. If you mess things up, it can be very costly, but there's, a lot of stuff that really doesn't tend to go too wrong.
Yeah, it can punish mistakes even worse if you start going for Breaker Boo, but I don't think either of the runners in this race will do it. mikurom might if he knows he's this far ahead, but I kind of doubt it.
I'm not sure. He does go for it in runs. I know that he did go for it in a tournament match that I watched of his.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of somebody else, or just not thinking at all. But yeah, mikurom does do it now. His PB had it, I think I remember seeing that now.
Yeah, and it's actually really impressive how consistent he is at it, considering like the level that he's at. There's really no need to be going for it, but he's just zealous enough, I suppose.
We'll see if we can see if he goes for it. Even if you one cycle him, I think he'll take long enough that you will at least get a glimpse of him no matter what.
Now that's where the commentator's curse is going to come in.
We'll see.
We're going to get 0 frames of Breaker Boo, just you wait.
In that case, we're just going to have to assume it happened based on his boo count and how long he took in that room.
We'll figure it out, guys. Us commentators, we got your back. Even if we don't see the run, we'll know what happened.
Yeah, we can make educated guesses on what happened, at the very least. Somewhat educated. Now, both runners going into the blackout. Where you walk sideways. Because it's more fun that way.
Yeah, that is the reason. If anyone was wondering, it doesn't have to do with the fact that ghosts don't spawn when you're facing towards them, and spawning ghosts will slow down your movement.
It's just more fun.
It is more fun, yeah.
You can walk around this table. Just so much fun.
Hugging the walls is also for fun.
We'll see if... Okay, he gets wardrobe money, and that caused Grimly to show his heart. That's how that ghost works. Must be. Radioactive Fog getting scared twice, while mikurom does nothing.
Yeah, mikurom must have found a new strat or something. He keeps freezing the game and then teleporting.
Alright, Radioactive Fog does get Grimly eventually, but it costs some time. Alright, Alright, let's see if we can see Breaker Boo.
He is going for it. That switch might make this a
somewhere.
problem. Nope.
Oh, he's right
Didn't make
there.
it a problem. Beautiful swoop there. Nice. I think he's got it. Yeah. Gorgeous. mikurom is very good at that boo.
And just, like, no dropped frames on the boo itself. Better. Still look better when you can see it. It doesn't do cellar double, though.
Which is interesting.
Because that's definitely not as hard as Breaker Boo, but...
No. It doesn't
It is.
save exactly as much, but it's like a solid few seconds.
I find that cellar double, even once I've started actually getting it, it's hard to get it in a way that saves as much time as it should. And he loses cellar boo. So he gets the one cycle breaker boo, but not cellar boo.
Cellar boo is not free. It's a pretty difficult boo. However,
Yeah,
I think that a lot of people don't quite pay it the respect that it deserves. You have to pay attention to it.
Cellar boo difficulty is like really changed by what height he spawns at, and which is determined by where he spawns out of.
It also has a lot to do with what items you've spawned from. Like, if there's hearts or gold bars to auto-lock onto, that can be a
And
big
if you get
issue.
poison mushrooms and they're on the same side as you, that's definitely a problem.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of different spots on those shelves that can spawn things, so there's a pretty high chance that you get stuff in your way.
But I guess mikurom missing cellar boo means that they both have the same boo count going up here, so that's something. Wonder if he'll still save warp.
I would assume not, but we'll see. Yeah, mikurom wants to mirror warp out of armory room here so that the cellar boo doesn't go back to full HP. Whenever you leave the game and then come back into it, any boos that you've done damage to regain their health.
Yeah, I think given how much of a difference there is between the racers, like, I might just save warp anyway for the extra safety of it, but... might just want to be fast. With Clockwork Soldiers, mikurom finishes them up at about the same time Radioactive Fug. He's 3 Clockwork Soldiers behind, if you can use that as a measurement of time.
Looks like he's going for a double, though, although he gets hit, so...
Still trying for something here.
Yeah, he really tried to make that double work, but it didn't actually give it to him. Pretty nice rooftop from mikurom.
The fog also does the rooftop, and whether it goes well. Burning Shy Guys. Environmentally friendly way to dispose of them.
Let's not get political here, okay?
Bad. Okay, he does get the double just fine, but he's not really that close to the ladder.
It's a little bit of give and take with that. I can never really tell exactly how close to the ladder you should get in some situations.
Now we got Armory, which also... well, it's a room that lags. I don't think we talked about other rooms that lag recently, so also isn't really applicable, but...
It is a room that lags. So this room, you kind of, you have to judge how much it's lagging when you're going for the boo especially. So you sort of look at the HP more than relying on the normal timing, which is what you do for most boos.
mikurom had some trouble setting up the triple and just could not fix it well enough. Armory boo can be really easy to find, or he can cost a lot of time. There are so many spots Armory boo can be in. Looks like he's in the top right.
That's exactly what you're talking about with it can cost so much time. Walking all the way across the room like that is a huge amount of time.
And he didn't take the cloth off the mirror, so he will probably try save warping.
So yeah, Radioactive Fog making up quite a chunk of time here. We'll see if that's the perfect RNG on his side as well.
Well, he's moving towards the mirror now, so I don't know. No, he is going to.
He must have just forgotten to do it and remembered right then.
Certainly possible. Radioactive Fog looks like he's not having trouble yet. The boo.
Yeah, very nice one cycle.
Will have a slight advantage of going down here with some fire, but he also needs to get Cellar Boo.
Cellar Boo did come back into Cellar. That's pretty unlikely. Usually he goes into Weston's room.
Okay, he flies around for a bit, but he does get him this time. So now mikurom will have an extra boo. Pretty close.
Yeah, they're like right matched up, just one boo apart.
Unfortunately, Radioactive Fog will have to get Fangor boo when all this is done, and that boo takes quite some time.
Yeah, 300 HP and you have to 2-cycle him.
See how Pipe Room goes for both of them. Radioactive Fog not spawning any of the ghosts until he gets to the thing. The turny thing.
They call it out a wheel.
Yeah. Both of them still getting about the same pace for Pipe Room.
It's actually very surprising how similar those pipe rooms are. That room varies a lot.
Yeah, that's one of those rooms where you don't really think about it that much because you don't even clear the room, but there are a lot of things that can cost you time if you do it wrong, and I do that room wrong every time.
There's just so many different ways that it can turn out. It's like every time you do that room, you're creating a new strat. Oh, Radioactive Fog missing the 1-cycle there.
The cycle in one place, whereas Radioactive Fog had him go all over.
Yeah, mikurom choosing to get those pearls out of his way so that he doesn't auto-lock during the boo.
Radioactive Fog will get all of the pearls as well. This boo is not looking great, but it could work out.
I think he got the save there. No, no.
Probably could have power pumped like one extra time and sent him in a different direction to drain some more health.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to save that though in the situation he put himself into.
Radioactive Fog gets Van Gore-Tex on the boo.
mikurom choosing to actually walk from here. I don't know if that was the right choice, but
At least we get to see upside down Luigi.
yeah, you don't often see a runner flip in that room, but the flip switches are there.
It's like one of the worst changes to the run is when we realized we don't have to do that. To flip every run.
There were some people that didn't flip every run anyways. If you do the dust piles optimally, it is faster than flipping.
Alright, so mikurom definitely with a commanding lead now when you factor in the extra boo. Well, actually not that commanding now that I think about it, because Vanguard boo takes forever, but I guess that depends on if he does Vanguard himself very badly.
Not to mention King Boo.
Happens. Yeah. what
Yeah,
happens.
this really could be anyone's game, but Mikurom is holding the lead right now.
Warp out of Safari Room because he doesn't get a save warp from the Boo. But of course, the Boo itself is going to be the problem. See Radioactive Fog start the room first and see if he can do it well enough to remain looking like he's ahead.
Both runners sort of struggling to get optimal suck-ups here. These triples are difficult.
Suck-ups for sure. Alright. At least no missed triples yet, and that's a really fast setup on that triple for mikurom. Deceptively difficult. And more
I would
so
say
when
that the
there's
grabbers are
5
the
of them.
hardest ones to optimize.
So some slow suck-ups, but generally pretty good Vanguards for both runners.
Yeah, Mikurom having a slightly better one.
Whose mushroom seems to have got stuck somewhere on the left side, probably. See just how big of a difference this Boo makes. We'll just grab the key and walk right out of here. We'll be here for quite a while. Even if he 2 cycles. Which could be
Decent
a problem.
first cycle. He could have gotten a little bit more health, but he should be able to too.
Now.
Ooh. Just missing the 2 cycle there.
Who was on the other side of him. Caused a bit of a problem, but at least he didn't leave. Ron will get hit on the way to King Boo and knock on the door.
It's polite.
Of course, there's nobody between those 2 doors, so you'd probably want to knock on the door that's closer to King Boo to be polite. I don't think he even heard you.
Yeah, Mikurom should have thought that one through.
On pace to sub 1 at least. If he 2 cycles.
We'll see if that happens.
Think even a slow 3 cycle would be a win, so it would require a pretty big problem in this fight for Radioactive Fog to come back, but we'll see.
You are right about that, yeah. The time difference is more than an extra cycle.
Radioactive Fog can't sub 1, so we will see his timer go off screen in a minute and a half.
Don't get confused, anybody. He's not losing that entire hour off of his PB. I know that you won't see the 1 at the end, but it's there, I promise.
Alright. 1 cutscene starting and 1 just about over. Luigi seems pretty terrified, but he's done this before a few million times. Most of the time he doesn't die.
Depends whose hands he's in.
Yeah, I would hope nobody dies in this race at least.
Oh, Mikurom is not going to 2 cycle.
Yeah, definitely not the best first cycle you could hope for. Let's see if he goes for the fast 3 cycle.
Yeah, so he leaves King Boo above 200 HP because if you get him below that health, Bowser will put his head on backwards and walk around for an extra few seconds.
See, if he somehow misses the 3-cycle and Radioactive Fog could 2-cycle, this would be interesting.
260 HP for Radioactive Fog. It's 2-cyclable.
Be easy, but we'll see what happens. Mikurom will get this and win the race.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
We'll see
1
if
hour
they-
15 seconds for mikurom, takes the win, advances to the next round.
Radioactive Fog will 2-cycle that, so it was only a 12-second difference at the end.
Yeah, very good run from Radioactive Fog. That's not far off of his PB. That was a very nice run. Let me just check that, actually. I'm curious how close to his PB that was. Yeah, 27 seconds off.
Yeah. Solid run. Just not quite good enough to win.
Yeah, so we probably won't be getting a post-race commentary from Mikurom, considering he doesn't speak English. However, Radioactive Fog can come in for an interview if he likes.
I did decline an interview last time, so I doubt he's studied enough English since then to be confident. Weeks ago. It's very difficult to learn that quickly.
And we've got some anime on the stream. Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed this race. Let me check where this puts people on the bracket. Mikurom will be advancing. Where is he on the bracket? I'm blind.
I was gonna check. Okay, he's...
Mikurom will be facing Mr. Afro Man in losers round 4. Radioactive Fog is out of the tournament.
Could be another interesting one, because I think Mr. Afroman's time is only like a second off of Radioactive Fog's or something.
Yeah, he has a 1 hour, 1 second.
So it's pretty much the exact same race again.
Yeah, Fog and Afro are basically the exact same person. They're 1 second different people.
Yeah. It's like me and Mikurom used to be like 1 second different people in like 4 categories. Also, we have an interview here.
Mr. Fog, how was your run? How do you feel?
I actually did better than I thought I would. I had the best RNG I've ever had. That RNG was crazy.
It was definitely pretty good, yeah. And you executed very well. Rough start, you think?
Oh yeah, that I would have reset after wardrobe. The 29 key grab is horrible.
Yeah, both you and Mikurom struggled a little bit at the beginning, but it seemed like you really picked up steam in area 2.
Oh yeah, except for Bogmeyer, that was pretty bad.
It's like, being that this was a 12-second difference at the end, like, really all that would have had to go different was if Mikurom missed a Breaker Boot 1 cycle, it could have changed the outcome completely.
Yeah, I saw when I was like in the middle of the second cycle, he still didn't finish, so I was thinking maybe there's still a chance, so I just like tried my best and it got a 2 cycle.
Yeah, I was nervous when he went for the like fast 3 cycle, because if it's me, I always screw up the fast 3 cycle and do a 4 cycle instead, but most runners are better than me.
It's easy to get tilted, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. And I also heard that he went for Breaker, but didn't go for the Cellar Double for some reason. He went for like a super risky strat, but not one that's not as risky.
And to be fair, he did get the Breaker 1 cycle, however, did not get the Cellar 1 cycle.
He did, yeah. But yeah, he's a really good runner, so he definitely deserved the win, no doubt about that.
You're such a good sport. I think that about does it for us, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Seems about right.
All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope that you've enjoyed this lovely Speed Gaming 3 race, our nice early morning race. We've got another one coming up later today, I think tonight.
6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Oh, and that will be you, our boy Death Johnson versus the Admiral.
With, of course, Boston Brew on commentary, because he's always around.
You gonna go into sidestep again?
Commented all of my races so far, and Afroman was in one of them as well. They're pretty much the main commentators of the tournament. That will be on the main Speed Gaming channel, so see you then, possibly. I'm also there, which I should be because I'm racing in it.
Yep.